Queen for Today.
And this morning on Queen for Today, the heartwarming story of a mother who was desperate to help her son conquer his learning disabilities.
I gave her her career. I gave my mom her job.
Sally Smith has embraced that job, touching thousands of children who've walked through the doors of the Lab School, a haven for those afflicted with learning disabilities.
It started with Gary needing all kinds of help along the way.
Dyslexia, ADD, name it, I had it. Like, I didn't learn to read till I was, 13.
Sally's son Gary, the youngest of three, had severe learning problems by age 6. Just memorizing the alphabet was an impossible task.
For the longest time, I knew I wasn't stupid, but I felt like I was. That's why I'm a little overweight, because I found food was my only friend, you know, whenever I would get, bummed out about, about feeling stupid.
Sally watched her son's frustration grow and his self-esteem plummet.
I had a son who wasn't learning to read, write, do math, but he was bright. And there are a lot of them in the United States who are extremely bright, who ways. So they need unorthodox methods to teach them, and they can succeed.
But there was no program in the D.C. area that treated children like Gary, so Sally took matters in her own hands.
We started with 4 children, and by the end of the week we had 11, and then we had 25, and then at the end of the year we had a huge waiting list.
Sally's hands-on approach to teaching was and still is unique, with academic clubs replacing the traditional classroom.
This is a Buddha we were making of paper bags and paper.
An approach inspired by Gary's birthday parties, where she saw him come out of his shell.
I noticed that when I had birthday parties for my sons, that all these birthday parties had themes. Like we had a pirates party or a secret agents party or a Civil War party. And here was Gary, who had no memory, remembering everything. So I began to analyze, what is it we're doing with these birthday parties that helps him learn? Well, we were looking at pictures. We were acting out whatever the story was.
And acting out the story has become the Lab School's most effective innovation. Expression through the arts, helping countless students learn to read and speak.
I wasn't really talking. My language wasn't really coming as quick as other kids would. I came here and they helped me. They helped me put it into sentences, and now I'm talking up.
Because they talk me through it and they tell me different tricks for all the different ways, and it really helps, and I really love this school.
And parents love Sally and the Lab School too.
She's a genius. She's done all of this herself, and all out of the experience that she had with her children. From that, we have all profited, and I owe her my children's life.
Sally's impact goes beyond the students at the Lab School. She's a graduate professor at American University and has written 10 books, dedicating one to Gary.
To my son Gary, who's been my finest teacher and my hardest taskmaster. He who did not read until he was 13 years old because of his severe learning disabilities once said, quote, "Now I understand how people can read to themselves. They have to share it with their brains."
These days, Gary has his own computer business and says he owes it all to Mom.
And I want to thank her for the way she, it gave me life and also gave my brain a life. She's not only my mother, she's my friend. She kind of like radiates love, I feel it every time she walks in the room.
And Sally Smith is at the Lab School in Washington, D.C. this morning with 11th grader Jack Feely and 4th grader Marilena Siegel. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Sally, to hear Gary say you gave his brain a life, I can't imagine a nicer compliment that a mom can hear. How does that make you feel?
Great. These are my Garys now.
Yeah, I can imagine. Talk to me a little bit about why this approach works so well with these young people, this whole club approach, and why do you think no one thought of it before you?
Oh, I'm sure there have been variations of it, but it's that the whole body, the mind, the spirit, everything's involved. It's total involvement in learning, which is something very exciting. And it's in the arts. The arts are basically scholastic. You can't get into an art form without getting into literature, mythology, history, geography, and we use all of that to teach very rigorous academic work.
As we've mentioned, you started this back in the late 1960s because of a need. I mean, you needed to find someone to help your son. Have you ever stopped to think, Sally, about what you would have done with these past 30 or 40 years had you not had that need?
No, I don't stop and think. I keep moving. I've got university students, and we have Baltimore Lab, and now we're starting a school in Philadelphia in September. Methodology, and hopefully the methods will get around the country.
Well, we don't know what your plans for Mother's Day are, but we just want to tell you that we are going to fly you and Gary here to New York so that you can join us on Friday on a cruise ship, the Freedom of the Seas, for a little bit of R&R and get to kind of take a break for a while. And there's something else I know that Jack and Mary gift. So guys, take it away.
Miss Smith, we thought that this would be a gift from all of us at the lab school. It's basically a gift telling you that, you know, we love you, we thank you for starting this school, and you've really helped us.
Wow.
Appreciate it so much. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Sally.
Thank you, guys. Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Well, and Sally,
I really appreciate it.
we just want to say thank you for all you've done, and you're a real inspiration and a great role model, and we can't wait to meet you on Friday in person.
Yeah, I look forward to that. Thanks.
All right, we're going to see all of our queens for today on the Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas on Friday morning. And up next, picking the right words at the right time, how to build up your daughter's self-esteem, right after this.